Hello, people of YouTube. Betty2 here. Now, yes, 2 videos in one day. I know, crazy, right? But we're gonna talk about Thomas Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback. No pun intended. But I wanted to talk about. It's kind of cold down here. I wanted to talk about Tom Brady's potential retirement. Tom Brady's retiring. Before we get into real stuff, you have to know one thing. That Tom Brady is 44 years old. His connection with football, it's just, wow. He won 7 Super Bowls. 7. And thank the Lord he didn't get 8 this year. So, yeah, thank the Lord that the Rams beat him. Tom Brady versus Matthew Stafford, huh? But, anyway, Tom Brady most likely retiring at the age of 44. And before we even get into Aaron Rodgers, dude, he's 38. You know what? Maybe you could stay for a couple more years, but still. Buddy, Tom Brady's 44. And he can play football. Yes. This kind of football. And Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. 20 years, I think, as a New England Patriot. I don't know. I may be wrong. Comment down below. And 2 years as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. First year winning the damn Super Bowl at home. So, yeah, he's having fun. He definitely had fun in his first year, but oh my God, wow. And then his next year, he only made it to the divisional round. That's this year. And the Super Bowl hasn't even happened yet. So, one that I said this in the beginning of the video. You have to know that Thomas Brady is 44 years old. He is the oldest quarterback, and I think NFL history, to play at his level. And I think he has the most Super Bowl rings. Tom Brady is one, and even though I hate saying it, maybe I'm still salty about the championship game from last year, Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. If not the greatest. And let me tell you, when Tom Brady first got into the NFL, how old was he? 20? And now, comedy. And now, 20 years later, he's 44. No, I had to be 22. But anyway, he's 44. And 2 years as a Buccaneer, 20 years as a New England Patriot. And Tom Brady's potential retirement is just so real. And you know what? We don't even need to talk about Aaron Rodgers yet. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to retire? Look at Tom Brady. Dude. But there are also some reports that Aaron Rodgers go to the Broncos. You can clearly tell I'm a Packer fan, so that depresses me and worries me. But yeah, really. So, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, let me tell you something. If Tom Brady leaves, then first of all, obviously, they're going to say goodbyes and it's going to be a little disappointing, but again, gotta know, Tom Brady is 44 years old, oldest quarterback to play at his level, and he's most likely going to retire. And I think that, and not just because of his age, because he's accomplished everything an NFL quarterback can do. Win 7 Super Bowls. Win a Super Bowl at home, which was his 7th. His 7th. His 7th. And he's basically accomplished, and in my opinion, I think Tom Brady's accomplished everything he needs to. I think he, and you know what? I think he really has. No, really, zoom in on this. I really think he has accomplished everything as an NFL quarterback. Again, 7 Super Bowls. Won one of them at home. Obviously, as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, oldest QB to play at his level. There's like so much more, man. And he made a freaking comeback, 28-3 in Super Bowl 51. I don't think any other quarterback can do that. I mean, people thought the game was over by halftime. Like, yeah. And now, I think the next face of the NFL, no, it's not going to be Aaron Rodgers. Yes, I wish it was Aaron Rodgers, but I'm going to be realistic. I think the next face of the NFL is, you guessed it, Patrick Mahomes. The dude made it to the Super Bowl twice in a row. And if they do it 3 times in a row, buddy, it's going to be history. And we've already seen history this year. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers getting his 443rd touchdown pass. Yeah, like, wow. Obviously, that's impressive for Rodgers, but for Brady, he's done everything he needs to. Now I think he can go into retirement and spend more time with his family. Honestly, if I were him, I would just walk out of the locker room and say, you know what, guys? Thank you for an incredible 22 years. You guys have been a part of me, but I'm going to do things with my family, and walked out of Raymond James Stadium to my family. That's what I would have done. And Patrick Mahomes, if he goes to the Super Bowl for the 3rd time, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the next face of the NFL. Tom Brady's career is, in my opinion, Tom Brady's career is done. It's done. It's finished. It's over. It's finished. Yeah, all Patriots fans were emotional seeing him go to the Buccaneers. But he only stayed there for 2 years. Sure, he's done some pretty historic things with Tampa, but most history was with the Patriots. And Patriots, listen, you've got a new rookie, Mac Jones. You should be lucky to even make the playoffs. Like, the Dolphins were disappointing, for one thing. The rest of your division, well, the Bills lost in the divisional round because, they're literally just a heartbreaker. They're basically the AFC version of the Packers. Again, being realistic, but Patriots fans should just, be grateful. I don't know. But, yeah, my opinion, Tom Brady's career, it's done. It's finished. It's over. It's finished. That's just my opinion. If I were him, again, I would have walked out of Ray J, said my goodbyes, said thank you. I just walked out. And store my football helmet in a very safe place. And I probably would have hired security guards to make sure nobody would break in and steal it, because that would be a part of history. So, Yeah. Yeah. My opinion, Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL, has done everything he could. Won 7 Super Bowls. 1 of them as a Buccaneer. 6 of them as a Patriot. So, my opinion, his career is probably over next year. I don't know what the Patriots or the Buccaneers are going to do next year. If Gronkowski stays, great. I was about to say if Antonio Brown stays, but my mind was like, hey, you idiot! Remember when he ran out of MetLife in Week 17? If Rob Gronkowski stays, great. Mike Evans stays, great. That's great. You know what? That's great. That's great for Tampa, but I think Tom Brady's became a pretty good I think Tom Brady was pretty quick to get into the history books of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Gronkowski leaves, that sucks for them. Mike Evans leaves, that sucks for them too. If Tampa's gonna suck again, great, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe then we won't have to worry about losing in an NFC Championship game again. But even though we literally lost to the freaking 49ers in the divisional round, which if Jimmy Garoppolo leaves, if he loses to the Rams, then I guess cool. Tom Brady's career's over. I've already said that 5 times in this video. But that's just what I think. Anyway, comment down below. If you disagree, let me know. Goodbye. And if Tom Brady is back again next year, yeah, it's his final year. It would just be his final season. Hopefully not getting his 8th, though. Anyway, goodbye. Yep, Tom Brady's career. Again, Tom Brady's career is over. I've already said that. All right? I think I've said it enough times. All right, goodbye.